Hello guys and welcome to Right Path. Alright, so before we get into the video, be sure to subscribe and leave a comment below saying I subscribe. And we will personally reply to your comments.
So the bar is where I go. Me and my friends at the table doing shots, drinking fast and then we talk slow. Come over and start up a conversation with just me, and trust me, I give it a chance. Now take my hand.
The whole factory and see sort of yeah, it's just cool to be like doing like really hardcore manufacturing in the Bay Area of all places. Yeah, I mean it's like totally wow. Yeah, I read the article. It looked quite a bit different from what I mean. You can sort of see what it used to look like if you peek behind the wall over there. Yeah, you want people fired up to come to work and sort of people just. I mean, yeah, frankly, even if people didn't work harder, it's like you should make it a good place. Like even if it didn't improve productivity, and I think it probably does. It's just like, why make it bad? Just make it good. Robot coming up behind you. I think it'd be good to get the robot.
The reason I came to Tesla was just the opportunity. You know, I've been involved in model launches and new plants and everything, but the difference here is that literally starting everything from scratch and be able to start with a blank sheet, it's really much more of a creative process. And the ability to just come in and create something is absolutely phenomenal. The CMT though is like the technology used in that for aluminum is really, it's phenomenal.
What is CMT?
Cold metal transfer. Because of the conductivity heat transfer through aluminum, one of the big things is when you're doing welding, you build up a lot of heat. This what it actually does as well as welding, instead of leading a solid beam type thing, which would cause it to actually pulses the weld, and so you're not generating as much heat to get the same quality weld.
First stage is our pre-treatment stage. This is where we clean and condition the car. There's actually 11 stages to this. There's 5 dip stages, 6 rinses. Then we put it through an electric coat stage. So we actually dip the car into another tank, and with electricity we actually apply the paint to the car. So that's with voltage we actually can control how much paint actually adheres to the car.
So you vary the amount of voltage depending on what you want it to stick on.
And we're shooting for about a mil of paint for the Eco.
Okay, so you're trying to get the thickness the same, and you might need to adjust.
We want consistency, yeah, right. We'll actually cut cars apart, make sure that the inside of the car is just getting coated just as the outside of the car is.
So how many different coats do you put on it then? What's the first coat do that's different than the other ones?
So the E-coat's basically, its job is to just prepare the foundation, you know, give it the rust and corrosion prevention for the car. And the next stage after electric coat would be primer. The primer puts another foundation, prepare it into a base coat.
As well?
We're shooting for about a mil of paint, somewhere around there. And base coat, about another mil of base coat. And then we'll use 2 mils of clear coat on top of that. At that point, it goes into the oven and it should be good to go to assembly.
Welcome to the Model S. This is our infotainment center. You can zoom in and out. It's Google Maps. You'll be able to see exactly where we are at all times. This is the Speedo. You'll see the energy, but let's watch the slalom. Show you a little bit about the handling. So you saw there's really no body roll at all, and that's because the battery pack is the floor of the car, so you have an incredibly low center of gravity. And we're onto the runway. This car is amazing. So we've been primarily using the regen to slow down. And that's turning the kinetic energy into electrical and putting it back into the battery pack.
Did you use the brakes at all at the end?
I used the brakes a little bit at the end.
So 0 to 60 in 5.6.
Yep, and now the performance pack that you can get from launch that will take it from 0 to 60 in under 4.5 seconds. So check out the screen here. You know, you can even browse the web. It's like a giant iPad. This thing is amazing. You guys are gonna love this car. Absolutely love it.
Well, we're excited about it.
Yeah. Now the hardest problem, what color?
I like that red.
How final is the interior?
It's about 90%.
But you have to be in
So looking at the dash here, that's pretty much
Yeah.
what it's going to be.
Exactly. There are engineers in the post-ride lounge from every department that'd be happy to talk to you guys about every system on the car.
ride.
So that's your little appetizer. Thank you.
These cars got finished Saturday morning, and then it jumped in the deep end, and it just like continuous hardcore driving. I mean, we did a full day of drives yesterday. We were driving people until after 1 a.m. in the morning, and then again, you know, all day today. We've got about 90% of the factory equipment in place, but there's still about 10
door assembly portion is still up
Yeah.
inventory.
And then we've got to put all the equipment through its paces, and every like it's, you know, when you're manufacturing something, like unlike software, like once you get the bugs out, they stay out. When you're manufacturing, you got to get the design right, and then you got to get the manufacturing right, and both can have bugs. So that's tricky.
Thank you very much.
All right. Well,
Alright guys, thank you for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe and also leave a comment below saying I subscribe, and we will personally reply to your comments. Thank you. See you in the next video.